So I feel like the videos where I'm talking about a topic that you guys can discuss in the comments generally do better because it opens up a discourse that we can talk about and we have our own opinions about, right? So I wanted to talk about which Camaro is better for you, the 4-cylinder turbo, the V6, the SS Camaro, or the ZL1/Z28, because I want to talk about the car that most of you guys and most people in general can afford. So I wanted to start off with the V6 because that's actually the car that I have the least amount of experience with. I did test drive a V6 Camaro. I believe it was a 2017. It was a beautiful car, but the thing about the V6 is it kind of strikes me as the average Joe kind of car. You know, the average Joe just wants to buy a car. Maybe he likes the styling. Maybe he likes how fast it is. He doesn't really want to do much to the car. He doesn't want to modify it in any way. You know, maybe he still wants the warranty. The average Joe just wants to put regular gas in his car and he just wants to go. Right? That's who the V6 caters to, in my opinion. The V6, specifically the LGX platform in the 2016 models, this platform hasn't ventured too far into the modification space, and there's really not much you can do to a V6 besides make it a little bit louder. There are Pro Charger kits, but at that point, you might as well buy the SS Camaro. And I can't justify advising somebody to buy a V6 when the 4-cylinder exists. The 4-cylinder is cheaper, and the 4-cylinder with 2 modifications is already faster than the V6. So I think the V6 is a dying breed. Ford Motor Company killed off their V6 Mustang after the 2017 model year, and I think Chevy should have done the same thing a long time ago. It's 2023 and Chevy still makes the V6 Camaro for whatever reason I don't really know. I think the V6 exists now for rental cars, for, you know, enterprise, Hertz cars. So that's my take on the V6. I don't think it's a bad car. I think for the average Joe, it definitely appeals to that person and they can definitely have a lot of fun with that car. I want to talk about the SS Camaro, the V8. This is the car that I have a little bit of experience with. I've driven automatic and manual 6th gens. I've also driven 5th and 6th gen cars. So I understand, you know, what the SS does, who it's for. The SS is for the guy who really just wants to go fast. This car is for the enthusiast who wants a V8, who wants to be fast, who wants to be loud, and who wants to be different. Like, even in stock form, this car is a blast for whoever wants to get into it. The SS is a great platform for anybody who wants to go fast, anybody who wants to go faster. You know, it's the 6-speed manual, the 8-speed automatic, the 10-speed automatic. They're great and they work seamlessly with the LS3, the L99, the LT1. The SS sounds good. It's more expensive to maintain, specifically gas prices, oil changes. The luxury of having an American car is that the parts are pretty cheap, depending on what it is. The reason why I bought this 2010 LS3 car is because the prices were really low at the time, and I know that if something breaks on the car, I can replace it with something new and it'll be cheap. I have a 2010 2SS. I made it look exactly how I wanted it to look. It looks amazing, right? It sounds amazing. In the future, I do plan on boosting this car and getting it cammed. So I will be putting an LSA supercharger on this car and I will be getting it cammed. Stay tuned, subscribe if you want to watch the journey for this 2010 2SS. So now the car that I have the most amount of experience with, the 4-cylinder 2.0 turbo Camaro. I think this car for the wrench. You know, it's for the guy who really wants to dig into the car, modify everything on the car. It's for that individual who wants to mesh the JDM and the muscle car worlds together. I think the appeal of the 4-cylinder is the price. I think the aftermarket scene for the 4-cylinder really makes up for it. If you want to modify your car and you don't want to pay the premium of a V6 or a V8 Camaro, I definitely would recommend getting the 4-cylinder. They're cheap cars to buy. They're cheap cars to modify. I think Chevy knows the 4-cylinder could have been popular, but they just didn't work on it. They didn't put that much R&D into the car They just kind of threw a lot of parts together on it and then gave it to us. And it's not a horrible car to work on. It's a great car to work on, to live with, to daily drive. It's just, it needed a little bit more spice to make it amazing. My 4-cylinder is currently being built, bigger turbo, a cam. That car is the reason why my channel is where it's at today. I do think that the 4-cylinder crowd is getting bigger and bigger as the months go by and the years go by, because the 4-cylinder is the most affordable Camaro. When I first bought my car, I was 22 years old. It was all I really could afford, but you can still get a good looking car and it can be a 4-cylinder and you can still make it fast. So let me know how you guys feel in the comment section below. Don't forget to save those manuals. If you're gonna buy a Camaro for the first time, make it a manual one. Don't forget to love yourselves. Don't forget to protect your peace. Stay safe out there, guys. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. Appreciate it. Have a good day.